Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a trying new makeup. I ended up purchasing the entire Barbie and ColourPop collection, so we're going to be using that in this video. I also have new Too Faced, Fenty. I'm going to be using the NARS Tinted Moisturizer I've been raving about. Just a ton of really good things in this video, and I cannot wait to play around with the Barbie and ColourPop collection. ColourPop hasn't really been doing it for me lately, but as soon as I saw the ColourPop and Barbie collection, I had to get the entire collection. So we're gonna start off with the eyeshadow palette. It's gonna be something colorful. Don't exactly know what I'm doing yet, so we're just gonna play around and see what we create today. If you like trying new makeups, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up as it helps me out. Subscribe before you leave, hit that bell if you wanna be notified of all my future videos, and let's go ahead and begin this trying new makeup. How cute is this packaging? I'm going to be saving this packaging and displaying it in my room because I love this so much. I love the names of this palette, the inner packaging. I was obsessed with Barbies as a kid, as I'm sure some of you around my age might have been as well. And here are what the shades we're going to be working with today. So it's definitely going to be something bright and colorful. I cannot wait to play around and see what we come up with. As I said, I have no idea. A lot of people were doing sunset eyes, which makes sense just based on the colors. I want to do something different, but I don't exactly know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off with Let's Go Party, which is the best name for eyeshadow. I was going to use the mirror in this palette, but I got the mirror in the collection, and we have to use that. And look at how cute this packaging is. Again, Barbie ColourPop. The mirror is mini size. I think this is honestly the perfect size. It's going to be really great for filming too, because sometimes I have a hand mirror that takes up most of the screen, but I feel like this is going to be a really good size for a hand mirror. I'm just going to take Let's Go Party in my crease. It has really good pigment. I wasn't expecting that much pigment right away. I've used ColourPop eyeshadows before in the past from previous collabs from other influencers I've picked up, but I haven't tried some of their regular palettes. I hear the formulas are really good, and that's very impressive. The whole collection was, I think, $99 US, and there's no duty or anything to Canada. It was honestly a really good price, I think. Did I already lose my mirror? I didn't move, so where could it go? Oh my gosh, it's in my hand. This is how today's gonna go. And I'm going to take Best Coast, which is that hot pink shade, just on a smaller brush. I'm gonna put that in the crease as well. Again, really pigmented. I'm just taking a clean brush to blend out that pink. I realized I was using a Tom Ford brush for that crease color, and I definitely don't want to blend out hot pink with those bristles. I'm gonna stain. I usually just use my Morphe or Sigma or just cheaper brushes for really pigmented colors. So far, I'm really impressed with the palette. Everything's just blending itself together. The colors are really working nicely. So now for the lid, this is what I wasn't sure where I was gonna take this look. I think I'm gonna do yellow mostly all over because I haven't really seen anyone do that. But I'm gonna cut my crease with some concealer, come back so that we can pack on the yellow and it doesn't get kind of messed up by that pink. I'm just gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Fair. I don't get much use out of this, only for cut creases, because this is much too light for me. Now I'm going to take Best Coast and pack that all over where we just cut the crease. I'm going to just flip my brush around, and on the outer corner where I haven't put any shadow yet, I'm gonna use the orange shade SoCal. I'm gonna just wipe my brush off on my pants. I have specific filming pants. I wipe all my makeup on them. And then once that color is laid down, I'm just going to again, wipe my brush off on my pants. Don't recommend this unless you have makeup pants like me that I wear for filming. The orange one is the only one I've had a little bit of fallout, but we're going to fix that after. And just to blend those two shades together, I'm going to take a little bit of West Coast, which was the yellow shade, and just lightly blend those two together. They should have put a green in this palette, like that kind of green. I think that would have been like the ultimate. Don't you think? A green would have been so perfect. I think that's all I'm going to do for the eyes right now. I'm really liking how it turned out. I'm just going to lightly blend out the side so it's not so harsh. I thought that was going to be a lot harder for me, but I think it turned out kind of cool. I like the colors. But as I said, I would have loved to have a green, like do some green liner or something. I think that would look really cool. But we're going to try out the lashes in the collection. I'm just going to quickly throw on some mascara, and then I'm going to show you the lashes. These are the doll lashes that you can get with the Barbie collection from ColourPop. I always think of Barbie and just spiky kind of lashes, which these kind of are. They're not super thick, but they have that spiky kind of quality to them. So these look like perfect doll lashes in my opinion. They're not my personal favorite kind of style, as I much prefer something a little bit more wispy, but I'm going to use them for the look, obviously. Measure these and see how much I need to cut off. They have a clear band, which is awesome because I didn't do any sort of liner, as you can see, so these should be really good. So those are the lashes on. I don't love them. I don't hate them. I think they actually look pretty good because you can still see the eye makeup, which I really like. I think a heavier pair of lashes would have covered up everything, so I think it actually works out quite nicely for this specific makeup look, even though if I were to have picked something myself, I probably would have went something a little more cat eye and wispy, but these are cool for a change. Let me know what you think of the lashes. I like them because they're lightweight. They are different. Not my favorite, but I don't hate them. So I'm going to now go ahead and work on the face. For my complexion, I'm going to be using the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. And normally when I do makeup like this, I usually use something more full coverage, but thought we would test it out. Kind of good for summer, and I've been using this as a daily wear product. It feels really nice on the skin. It wears beautifully, doesn't look cakey, looks skin-like. You can see it has a light coverage. It can be built up. I just wanted to show you how this looks like on camera. I love how tinted moisturizers look on my skin in person, but for whatever reason on film, I just like something a little bit more full coverage. But I do use this on a daily, so I still wanted to show you guys that I really like it. It's just not my favorite for if I were to film. I'm just going to quickly spot conceal with a little bit of my NARS Soft Matte Concealer. Just a couple spots that I want to cover up. Then for under eye concealer, I've been loving this, especially with this tinted moisturizer. This is the new Fenty Beauty Concealer. It is the Bright Fix Eye Brightener. So you can use this as an illuminator or corrector. I got a shade I could conceal. And I do find a lot comes out at once. When you squeeze it, you just got to be careful. I think that's a lot. I'm just going to apply a little bit first and then just blend it out. You can see it does a really good job at brightening up that inner corner on me. And the formula plays so nicely with this because it's super creamy, really nice and hydrating. It says it has a light coverage, but it's buildable. So I do find it does enough and you don't really need a lot of this. So that's why I've been really liking it. Feels really nice underneath my eyes. I feel like I need to use less than normal with this concealer, and it has a lighter coverage. So I really love the formula and what it does for my under eyes. Before I set my face, I'm going to try out this Say or Sigh blush. Not sure the name. My friend Stephanie sent this over to me and I'm so excited to try this. As soon as I swatched it, I'm like, this is me in a blush. You guys know my love for coral shades. Like this looks like MAC Jazz lipstick, but in a blush form. How perfect is that color for me? So I'm gonna attempt to use that on my cheeks, see how this works. The formula is beautiful. It's actually a lot sheer than I thought, because it does have pigment, but it really blends out. Kind of just building it up to see. I would love this color in a cream form instead of a liquid. I much prefer cream blushes as opposed to liquid, but it is a pretty color. The formula is easy to work with. And then to set my face when I'm wearing a tinted moisturizer, I like a powder that's fairly light in coverage and lightweight. And this is the Kosas powder. I'm just going to take a little bit on my under eye first, just to quickly set that. And then I'm gonna flip the brush over, just lightly set my whole face. That's one thing that the ColourPop and Barbie collection was missing, was blush. They could have gone so many ways, like taken all these bright colors and made blushes out of them. I think that would have been such a perfect addition to this collection. And then I have the new Too Faced Teddy Bear bronzer, which looks like this. Might have to add a matte bronzer underneath, as this is a shimmer and I don't think I could really bronze my whole face with this. But we'll see how it looks. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to just use this as a topper because it's more of a highlight on my skin tone. It's just not deep enough for me. Just taking some of my Gucci bronzer. It's gonna lightly bronze up my face. Then for highlight, we have the Beach Party Super Shock Highlighter, which was the thing I was least excited for from the collection. I honestly have enough highlighters that I really enjoy. I'm still curious about what this formula is like. I heard you can apply with your finger. And the only thing about this particular product, when I took it out of the packaging, there's glue all over it, like lines of hot glue. You can see it up here, but yeah, it's just too faint to see, but it has a ton of just hot glue all over the packaging, which sucks because it's kind of a collector's piece for me. This is what the highlight looks like. Super pretty. So I'm going to attempt with a brush first. I can definitely see why they say to apply this with a finger. It just doesn't pick up that nicely with a brush. The color for me is a little more yellow gold than I personally like, so like I could even tell just upon looking at it that I knew I wasn't going to like it that much. So this thing I would pass on if you're just going to get a few things from the collection. I'm not a huge fan of the highlight myself. I much prefer something more skin-like than chunky or just this kind of formula. Then ColourPop came out with 3 lip kits that you could purchase with the collection. We have Dream House, Golden Beach, and Malibu Sunset. Normally I'm a Golden Beach type of girl, but as soon as I saw this collection, I was drawn to the Dream House color because it looked like the perfect Barbie pink shade to me. They have one that's really bright and then they have the nude, but this is kind of the middle one, which I wanted to go for. And the packaging on these as well just look really scuffed and beat up. Like, I don't know what they're doing over at ColourPop. I honestly don't purchase from them that often, so I was a little disappointed in the presentation of some of these products, especially because it's in collaboration with Barbie. You think it would be top notch, and aesthetically it looks beautiful, but just the whole packaging, I could just see so much defects in a lot of the products, which is unfortunate. I'm just going to start off with the lip pencil that came with Dream House. The lipsticks themselves look really nice. They have that Barbie name embossed in the lipstick. Really thin but pigmented, creamy formula. And then to finish off the eyes, I really want to take Malibu Memories and put it underneath for my lash line. Maybe top it with some Surf's Up, we'll see. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of Cali Girl and pop that in my inner corner, and then I'm going to finish off the lower lashes with a little bit of mascara. And then just going to set everything in place with a little bit of spray. But I don't really do this when I'm wearing a tinted moisturizer. I don't know why. So this is the completed makeup look. I absolutely love how it turned out, and it actually feels really lightweight and wearable because I did the tinted moisturizer. Even though my eyes are really bright and vibrant for me, I still feel like this looks kind of natural on me for whatever reason, even though it's super colorful. So I love it. I hope you guys did too. And now we're going to go over the products and let you guys know my final thoughts. So on the Barbie collection, if you're interested, I honestly would still just pick up the whole collection, even though I wouldn't purchase individually the highlight and the lashes just because they weren't my favorite. My 2 top picks, though, are definitely the palette and the mirror. I love these so much. The lipsticks are really pretty. I'm glad that I got the kits. They're a good value. You get a lip liner and a lipstick. I think they're really cute. I would definitely pick up the lipsticks. All 3 colors, again. I think they're really pretty. The Too Faced highlighter. I even said it's a highlighter. It's a bronzer, but honestly, it is so light. It looks like a highlight on my skin. It would be more of a bronze topper highlighter on my complexion, so this isn't going to suit too many people. If you like a shimmery bronzer, there's other ones I honestly would pick up that have more pigment that would give you that kind of effect, which you wouldn't have to double up on 2 bronzers. So I would totally skip on this. I love this blush color, though I would much prefer it in a cream formula just because I don't like liquids as much. I'm still gonna 100% get more use out of this. I think it blended in beautifully. You could definitely build it up way more, and I like that it was super easy to use. So I Couldn't overdo it. It just really melts into the skin, and it's a really pretty formula, and the color is perfection. I want to even try using this on my lips. It's the shade Rosy, but it looks honestly coral on me. I love that color. And then the last two products I have here are Complexion. The NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer isn't a new product, but they switched up these shades and they sent these my way to test this out. And today I'm actually using a different one than I normally do. I'm using medium 1. And I really love this for daily wear. It gives a really nice coverage. It looks natural on my skin. I'm just not used to seeing myself with such a light coverage complexion on camera, and it's really dewy and radiant, which I love. So this is something that I honestly wear on the daily, is these two together. So I really love that for daily wear. And then for the concealer, I am so in love with this concealer. This was one of the shocks of the month to me because I bought it thinking that I probably wouldn't like it that much because for whatever reason, Fenty Complexion, for the most part, hasn't worked out for me. I've had a few ones lately that really are nice, and this is one of those ones that I absolutely love. And this is the Bright Fix Eye Brightener. You can get this as a corrector or illuminator. This one is kind of a concealer brightener for me. It's not a corrector, but they do have peachy melon type shades if you need some correction. I love this because I don't need a lot. I feel like it does the trick. The formula is hydrating. It does illuminate my eyes with such a little amount, and it's just the perfect kind of consistency and formula for me for daily wear. It's not heavy at all. It actually wears a good amount of time too. It doesn't get all creasy and weird considering the formula is super hydrating. I thought this would crease up on me, but it actually has a really, really good wear on it. So those two combined for complexion has been like a daily wear thing for me, which I absolutely love. And I'm really happy with what I tried out today. It wasn't as much as normal. We kind of had to focus on the Barbie collection, but I had to do this video because I've been so in love with it and I couldn't pass up doing a colorful look, Barbie themed. It just totally brings me back to my childhood, even wearing my Malibu shirt right now for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up so I know to continue doing these trying new makeups in the future. Let me know what products here that you are interested in trying out. If you picked up the ColourPop and Barbie collection, I would love to know. And that's going to be it. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I'd love for you to join the family here. Hit the bell if you want to be notified of all my future videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one.